गोविंद देशिकम उपास्य सिराय भक्त्याम तस्मिन् सिदे निजमाहिम्नि विदेह मुक्त्याम अद्वैत्य भाष्यम उपकल्प दिशो विजीत्याम कांचीपुरे स्थितम अवापसा शंकराय ऋतिस्मृति पुराणानाम आलयम करुणालयम नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरम लोकशंकरम अपार करुणा सिंधुम ज्ञानतम शांतरूपिणम श्रीचंद्रशेखर गुरुम प्रणमामि मुदाम्यहम सदाशिव समारंभाम शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम अस्मदाचार्य पर्यंताम वंदे गुरु परंपराम. With benediction to Adi Shankaracharya and to his lineage up to the 69th Guru, the venerated Kamakoti Peetam, Pujya Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swamiji, in whose benign and august presence this function is being held, I raise to address you today. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this pleasant and solemn function, organized this evening on the 80th year of the South Indian Education Society, to confer the 15th SIS Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati National Eminence Award to 4 distinguished children of Mother India. Hail they may from different walks of life, but the field of their endeavor represents the full canvas of life itself. In a sense, therefore, these celebrations and honors are a celebration of life itself. These awards are named after Pujya Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swamiji, the 68th Shankaracharya of the venerated Kamakoti Peetam. The sage was anointed to the Peetam at the tender age of 13, and he lived a full 100 years. During the 87 years of his pontificate of the Kamakoti Peetam, he held the spiritual, colossal, and the culture of this land with great dignity, reverence, and gratitude to the good Lord. During the century-long sojourn in this universe, he walked the length and breadth of this country, spreading goodwill and compassion all around. Like the lighthouse that beats no drum and sounds no gong, yet to the mariner in the distant sea that experienced the friendly light, so too was the sage of Kanchi. This master of masters was like a Lembian light, who rekindled the spirit of the nation and brought about a renaissance in many spheres of religion, thought, and process. He was the voice of eternal India. He taught mankind groping in the dark as to how to journey to a higher destiny, despite all the strides in science and technology. Santo Mahanto Nevasanti Santo Vasanta Vallokahitam Karantaha, says Adi Shankara. Like the eternal spring that brings in good tidings, freshness all around, so too are sages and servants who bring freshness into the life of people, and the sage of Kanchi was no different. Ananta Kalyana Guna Sampanha is how the Lord is described in the scriptures, one who is endowed with all qualities, auspicious qualities is there, and the sage of Kanchi had full of them. Small wonder to the vast multitude of devotees all over the world, he was a Nadamadam Devam, that God who walked this earth in the 20th century. On the 8th of January 1994, the sage shed his mortal coil. It is 19 years since his demise. We still hear the divinity of his voice and the infinitude of his presence. The sage continues to remain in the hearts and minds of the devotees. In its own unobtrusive way, the Kanchi Mutt symbolizes the spirit of Hinduism, a way of life, more tolerant, non-dietetic, and philosophical. With his aura, credibility, and authority, gained over 87 years of the pontificate of the Kamakoti Peetam, Pujya Sri Chandrasekharendra Saraswati held the center stage of the spiritual rejuvenation and renaissance of this country in the 20th year. We have assembled here today to pay homage to him and to remember him with gratitude. I believe it is immaterial to him today as it was during his living times. He was far beyond honors, accolades, and titles. It is only we mortals who are ever in need of honoring him as a way of symbolizing the reality that he represented for us. Over the last 14 years, I have used this platform to bring home at least one of the facets of the personality of the sage of Kanchi. Such is the abundance of these virtues that are in him that one generation is inadequate to describe in fullness the greatness of the sage of Kanchi. Last year, I traveled to some extent on his contribution to national integration and the role he played in the framing of the Indian Constitution. Today, I shall travel further down to the substance of this thought of national integration or integration, which is basically Dharma and absence of hatred, which generates love. These were the hallmark in the life of the sage of Kanchi. To him, it was not the uniformity of religions, it was the unity of religions which sprang the love for each religion. And Dharma was the essence of life that he practiced all through his life. In its loosest form, Dharma is referred to as righteousness or even code of ethics. These are trying times for this nation. Freedom that has been obtained by years of struggle and sacrifice does not seem to hold any charm for us. Vociferous tendencies have gained currency. Divisive elements have rocked the moral fabric of the society. There is division of human beings on the basis of caste, creed, and community. I am reminded of what Swami Vivekananda said during such times. There have been periods of decay and degradation all around in the evolution of a nation. We all are aware of that. And it is necessary in the growth of a nation. That good old tree, large as it is, bears a beautiful fruit, which ripens with time and then falls onto the ground. It rots over there, it stinks over there, and out of this rot comes the root. From the root sprouts the tree, albeit a tree stronger and mightier than that original tree which bare that fruit itself. And the Swamiji goes to say, out of this decay and degradation shall come the India of future. The first leaves are already out. And there shall sprout a tree mightier and stronger than the one that history had seen for this country. India of the past has not said the last word of its creativity, nor is it dead. She lives, and she has to live for the good of its own people and for the rest of the world, said Aurobindo. But it is during these times of decay and degradation of nations that Dharma reaches its nadir. And then the Lord says, Yada yadahi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. And then he goes to say, Sambhavami yuge yuge. I shall resurrect again and again to protect righteousness, this good conduct and Dharma, which is the hallmark of human living. It is this Dharma that eschews violence. It is this Dharma that promotes amity amongst people. It is the one that brings in people-to-people contact. It is the one which unifies nations together. Anaveshta sarva bhutanam, says the Lord in Bhagavad Gita. He is very dear to me who hates none. And in the Ketopanishad said, Yastis sarvani bhutani atmanneva anupushati, sarvabhuteshu cha atmanam tatto na vikupaste. He who sees himself in others and sees others in himself, he does not hate anyone. Because that is the supreme state of consciousness that a mortal can ever reach in his lifetime. And that the sage of Kanchi reached very early in his life. And that is why this love, absence of hatred, was fundamental to the Swamiji all during the 100 years of his pontificate of the Kamakoti Peetham. Taking this Dharma forward, the scriptures further go to say that it is during these trying times that the best in human potential comes out. And then the largeness of the universe that we are talking about, the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam that we are talking about, comes not from the liberalization that has come in the 20th century thanks to certain economic borders being shackled and broken down by policies of the global economic forums. It is essentially what the scriptures said, what the Upanishads said several millennia before. Ayam nijaha parovedi gananam laguchetasam udhara charitanam tu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It is only to the broad-minded, large, expansive as the heart is. To them this world is one family. It is not just commerce that will make this entire world into one global village. Toimai chanyatra eko Vishnuhu, says Adi Shankara. When there is the same divine consciousness that is pervading all around, how can there be hatred and anger? Behold, the same Atman is there in me and you. How can there be differentiation, says Adi Shankara. There is a Sufi proverb which says, I went in search of God and discovered myself. I went in search of myself and discovered God within me. It is this manifestation of divinity within us which is the purpose of life, which Adi Shankara says in Prashnottara-Maliga, Saswarupanubodhaha. Realization of oneself is the purpose of life. It is not that you can stand before a mirror and realize yourself. The inner self is beyond reflection in an ordinary mirror. It is only when you open the mind to fresh and noble thoughts. Ano matraha kratavo yantu vishvataha, says the Rigveda. When such noble and pious thoughts come into your mind, then the mind sets itself on a path leading to realization of the self. It is only those who realize themselves can ever think in terms of reforming the world. The sage of Tiruvannamalai says, beautifully giving a simile when he says, it is not necessary that you put leather all round the universe, because when you walk along the universe, you are not affected by the stones and the pricks there. It is easier to wear a shoe, he says. It is this kavacham of dharma that if you were to wear, that is good enough to reform the world, that is good enough to ensure realization of one's own life. It is these realized souls which constituted the bulk of ancient India. They were the prestige of India, they were the pride of India. It is they whose lives were celebrated by the India of the past. It is they who constituted the glory of this nation. It is to the likes of them that the rishis of the yore had prayed for 100 years. Sadly, the position today is quite different. We have enough models in this country, but there are very few role models. There are enough doers of things in this country, but there are very few who have that vision to guide all these energies to a common purpose of public good. 4 Mahanabhutis have assembled on the stage today, who are decorating the stage today. They are being conferred the 15th SIS Shri Chandrasekhari and the Saraswati National Women's Award. They have risen above the self. They have gone beyond the call of duty. Countless number of Indians and people all over the world have been inspired by their deeds and actions. And when they are receiving this award, as we remember the sage of Kanchi, we seek his blessings for them so that they should continue this life journey, albeit with renewed commitment and firmer resolve to take this mission forward. Srimati Sushma Swaraj is a politician with a difference. Absence of fear is her single great attribute. 10 electoral battles in different parts of the country, different languages, mighty oppositions. Nothing has deterred her. Several firsts to her credit. I think that list is such a long list. The first woman chief minister of Delhi, the first youngest cabinet minister in India when she became the cabinet minister in Haryana, the first BJP national spokesperson for an all India party, the first woman parliamentarian to be decorated with the best parliamentarian award. And the list goes on. I'm sure with the blessings of the sages of this country and the goodwill and the support of all of us, one more first can come to us in the near future. One day, she can be the first BJP woman Prime Minister of this country. Sumitranand Pant was a Dirghadarshi. He named the first son of Dr. Arvind Bachchan as Amitabh. We seldom ask ourselves, what is there in a name? There is everything in a name. It is the name that reflects the character of the person. It is the mirror of his personality, if you look at it in the true sense of the term. And everything that the word Amitabh contains, all those things are present in this Mahanabhuti. The word Amitabh in Bengali means the sun god. In Hindi, it is endless brilliance, that radiance that flows endlessly, limitless, that comes with it. And how many of us would know that this is a synonym for Lord Buddha? All these characteristics have been encapsulated by the great Brahma into one single soul. There have been several highs and lows in his life. A life which has been marked by peaks as well as troughs. But the message that he has given to the country and beyond is that every adversity he has converted into an opportunity. And he has come out stronger out of every adversity that has come to him. Even the one that which almost took his life. That rebirth has brought him back with full energy, back to serve the country. It's a grand university of all virtues. He hails from the most obtrusive and oppressive social system of this country, namely Bihar. He does not even claim illustrious ancestry. Coming as he were from a family of ironsmiths and carpenters. But the steel in him, the resolve in him, is to be seen, to be believed. That is Dr. Sam Pitroda. Nothing would deter him. The cause was more important for him, continues to be more important for him. The wet blanket treatment that he got when he was to meet the Prime Minister of this country, the then Prime Minister, Madam Indira Gandhi, to unfold before her the agenda for a new and a modern India, did not deter him. It was his father-in-law's friend, Jaideep Singh Bhuria, an MP from Gujarat, who then managed an audience for him. There were several cancellations. Unlike Gayatri said, it was not an easy invitation from the Prime Minister. After several cancellations, R. Venkatraman, then a senior cabinet minister, arranged a presentation of Dr. Sam Pitroda to the Prime Minister. And when he started his address to the Prime Minister on telecommunication, opportunities and alternatives, He started by telling her that in my place, it takes a minimum of 6 months for anybody to get my appointment. Despite all these cancellations of confirmed appointments, I'm there because this cause is very dear to me. And he brought home to the Prime Minister as to how an innate conversation equipment could graduate into a tool for social change. He gave 6 missions to this country, technology missions to this country. We are reaping the benefits of all those missions today. It is thanks to his visionary role, the pioneering work that he did under Rajiv Gandhi ji to bring forth these technology missions. But even the wizardry in Dr. Sam Pitroda, or that Minister for Telecommunication in Srimati Sushma Swaraj, could not comprehend that the mother of all scams can also come from such a noble project like telecommunication. Who am I to speak about Swami Tejomayananda ji? I neither have the capacity nor the status to speak about him. He is our spiritual guru. He is our master. But suffice if I say that like all of you, I too have the authority to draw generously from his preachings, his teachings. I can use that. What separates and distinguishes these people from the rest of the crowd, far from the madding crowd, yet be within it, said Rudyard Kipling, is that they all have stuck to a single mission in life, a spouse that cause fully all through this life journey, continue to do the same for the rest of their life. It is this distinction of having stuck to one cause that makes each one of them entirely different from the rest of the crowd. And the Swamiji says, if you do not stick to one thing, you will fall for everything. Martin Luther King the Jr. once said, if you do not have a cause to die for, you do not have anything worth living for. All these people have a cause very dear to them, which they have championed over these 5-6 decades to bring this country to the level that we are in today. In honoring them, we are honoring ourselves. Natal ale badje Navavarsha kiti lamb. If Christmas has come, how can the New Year be far behind? On this day when the world celebrates the birth anniversary of Lord Christ, I extend our fraternal greetings to the Christian brethren all over the world. This is also a very important day for this country. Our former beloved Prime Minister, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, who received this award in the year 2006, his birth anniversary is also there today. He is not a Bharat Ratna by title or something which is given by civilian governments in power. It is the consciousness of this entire country that has made him a rare jewel, the Ratna of Ratnas. I am sure the sage of Kanchi, wherever he is ensconced, and the countless number of sages all over this country, shall bless him and give him that health that will keep him through this life journey. May the Jaganmata Kamakoti Kamakshi shed her grace on all these awardees. Jiveti Sharatashatam. May they live a long, happy, contented life so that this mission that they have taken up for themselves will find full currency, full strength, and they can take it forward. May the goddess also give us some strength and also bless us so that we can draw a leaf from the lives of nobility of all these people and make our lives sublime. Thank you and God bless us all.